So the retarded phoenix that is AndyWarski will not rise again. This guy is completely done. I don't know what he could do to recuperate his image, but there's very few options left for him at this point because he just consistently comes out and does stupid shit. Just recently, I looked on his Twitter and he posted a picture of this naked girl, right? I guess somebody that he doesn't like, who maybe is starting to make fun of him now, that maybe was a fan at one point or another. But he's posting revenge porn on his Twitter, right? No context or anything. He just posted this picture up there. And I found the girl that he posted it of, and she said that Andy blocked her, and she's been trying to call Andy to get him to remove it, but he answers and then hangs up. So he's going to try to say that he's been hacked, etc., and this is what is posting these pictures, but that's complete bullshit. Andy is extremely thin-skinned, and he can't take the criticisms that he's getting lately for being a complete retard. You know, he's blocking all these people that follow, I think, Ethan Ralph, and because they're no longer friends for some reason. And it's like, and then he's also making fun of Ethan, calling him, like, making fun of him being fat, etc. And, that's just low, right? If I can understand making fun of somebody's looks if all they're doing is making fun of other people's looks. But if it's just kind of unwarranted and you're just like, well, look at this ugly fat slob, etc., and that's the only real criticisms you got, then, you're a loser, man. You're a fucking loser. And you have a low IQ. JF was right about that. Andy has a low IQ, and he has low IQ interruptions that nobody wants to hear. And clearly, once he lost Chris Worski, once he lost his handlers, things went straight downhill from there, right? He accused Chris Worski of stealing $5,000 from him with zero evidence whatsoever, just on Twitter. Try to smear the guy's name, right? And even Chris Worski's like, hey, whatever. Maybe I'd like to revisit this relationship with Andy again one day, so I'm not going to say anything about it, cause any controversy. But that doesn't stop Andy from throwing somebody that he's known for 10 years under the bus. So this tells you everything you need to know about his character. If he's willing to do that to friends that have probably helped him out, saying, oh, you stole $5,000. Now, if that were the case, he could have called the cops and they could have warned. That's a good sum of money. But no, I'm just going to say it on Twitter and try to ruin the guy's name, which is despicable. This is exactly what leftists and feminist SJWs do on Twitter when they make fake rape accusations instead of going to the police. Like, I'm going to let the court of public opinion decide, which is despicable, right? And now, like I said, he's blocking everybody for criticizing him, making fun of him when he was in Florida with that whole shoot, aim thing, trying to get his buddy, which is now facing charges, to point a gun at these random people when they could have just walked away from the situation and de-escalated it. But Andy's an idiot. He needs a handler. He needs somebody that works with him to say, don't do this, Andy, that's stupid, don't say this, because without one, we see the results. We see the results. This guy has no morals whatsoever. He made this thing about JF, trying to tie him to pedophilia and to pedophiles and stuff, and you're like, man, that's just clearly disingenuous. I know a lot of people don't like JF, be like, but he was right about JF, whatever, right? Andy is an idiot. When him and JF were working together, he could have just shut the fuck up and stayed in the background, and he could have been making a lot of money. Just keep your low IQ interruptions away from the discussion and just let JF and the other people talk during the show. And then you could have been making lots of money right now. You wouldn't have to do all this crazy, stupid live streaming shit that nobody cares about and wants to watch. So, right now he's just trying all these different things to try to make money, which I don't know how he's surviving. He clearly must have a lot of money saved up, or his parents are supplementing his income or something, because I don't understand how he could buy all this stuff in Florida and America, TVs and make like $15 in super chats a day or a night. But this guy, the retarded phoenix, will not rise again. And the whole thing with the phoenix rising, every time he fell, he rose back weaker. He goes, alienates a good portion of his fan base. They never come back. Then he comes back slightly stronger, or strong for like a minute, because he starts this whole controversy with, like, I don't know, Ian Miles Chong or somebody else and all these other people that doesn't even materialize or whatever, right? Like, he was going to make 3 parts of Ian Miles Chong. He only made 2. That never finished. And yeah, I don't like Ian Miles or anybody like that either, but at least finish the work, the hit pieces that you are making. So, and I've said this before in my other videos when I was criticizing Andy, when I still kind of liked the guy and I was trying to do, good criticism to help him out. And yes, I have a much smaller channel, and people are, well, you have a small channel. What do you know about this and that? Well, look at Andy now. Look at him now, okay? Look at the way he is. Look at the way he's treating people. Look at how many of the people that were defending him for months and months and years are now turning against him. This is not a coincidence. This guy is bringing this upon himself, and he doesn't deserve any sympathy. I've seen him stab too many people in the back in order to deserve any type of sympathy whatsoever. Especially whenever he does try to own up to some mistakes. It's just a massive video with excuses saying, oh, well, I was raped as a kid and blah, blah, blah. This is why. And, oh, I only try to be a good person and it doesn't ever work out. It's like, no, man, you're selfish. You're a piece of shit. And you don't care about anybody else. If you want to start recuperating your image, you got to be honest. You got to be honest with yourself instead of trying to feed people this nonsense that they can see right through. But this is kind of a harsher video, but man, you got to take this type of harsher criticisms, because at this point in time, nobody is going to support you for anything, and they shouldn't, because you're disingenuous. What about Jared Holt? Are you still going to sue that guy? You got all mad at JF because he said that you had no case, that you weren't going to sue. So you make this whole thing about him being a pedophile, etc. And this just shows you how, childish Andy is. He's, oh, you're mean to me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show your naked pictures on Twitter for everybody to see of this random girl, right? Revenge porn. And JF was completely right. Andy probably is going to get AIDS within the next 7 years because he keeps publishing revenge porn and doing illegal shit. Then it's just a matter of time before he heads there. He's digging his own grave. He's gonna get AIDS very, very soon, and I will laugh. He deserves it. He doesn't deserve any sympathy, this guy, especially with what he's doing right now. And even his friends like Ethan Ralph, like that guy, defended him through so much. And now I see him posting stuff on Twitter, making fun of him being fat or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't follow their content, Andy's stuff anymore. Like, just kind of in the peripheral, like little by little. And I pay attention to some people talking about it and like read some Kiwi Farms occasionally to see what's going on. But it's just hilarious, and I don't know what this guy can do to fix his image. I don't think there is anything that he can do. The retarded phoenix will not rise again. He's gonna be just like Tonka Saw, and at this point, he's even worse than Tonka, because at least Tonka didn't post revenge porn and anything like that, But Andy he's losing his mind, and I think that he had this big platform for so long. He was used to getting all this attention, but now it's gone. It's diminished. So it's that drug, the drug of likes and retweets and etc. is gone now. So now he's freaking the fuck out. And like, how is he even paying for anything? How is he living? Who's paying for his rent? He's making like $5, $10, $15 super chats every stream. He's making absolutely no money. So I don't understand how he has money to survive, to pay for anything. Clearly he must be living off of his parents or something like that, or he's a really good saver and he's got a lot of money stashed in the bank. I don't know, but Andy is not going to recuperate from this. This is the end for him completely, and it's not really sad. I'm not sad about that because once again he has shown himself to be a piece of shit. You know, he makes up lies about people that he doesn't like when they cross him. I remember Booberly, the T-Clips, the person who always promoted his channel, clipped his channel, made things about him, like helped his channel a lot, you know, those clipping channels. But what does he do when she comes ask him a few questions? You're a stalker, you're this, you're that, you know, you're trying to stalk me, you know, alienates her, blocks her, says he's gonna you know, report her channel if he ever clips something of hers again. You know, I kept seeing instances like this over and over again, and it just exposes Andy for the selfish type of person that he is. He doesn't care about anybody else. You know, you see, he was with Geek Thulu for a while. It's like, oh, Geek, you're my best friend, blah, blah, blah. But he'll have no problem kicking Geek to the curb if he thinks that Geek is holding him back in any way, shape or form. And yeah, Geek is a bootlicker. Anyways, like that guy is dangling on Andy's nuts so hard that I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, you know, Andy doesn't give a shit about you, right? And he's gonna kick you off to the side very, very soon, which I think he already has. You know, he says he's gonna work with these people, he's gonna do all this new stuff, and it never ever happens. And the guys are just, oh, I don't know, Andy hasn't contacted me in forever. You know, everything he says is a lie. He's not gonna sue any of the people he says he's gonna sue. Jared Holt, nothing's gonna happen with that. You know, he's just a scum, and I don't see him staying on YouTube for much longer. You know, he was trying to play video games recently. I think he was doing Mario Kart or the Mario runs on Twitch. I think his Twitch account is banned now too. But nobody's gonna watch you be a professional Mario player. And I don't know what is wrong with this guy, but he's losing it. And he needs to get Chris Warski back. He needs a handler, because without a handler, this is what happens. He needs somebody to direct him, to tell him what to do. Because without that, he's just a fucking mess. Well, that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.